Right, I think I'll just spotlight exclusively the final table now, so say goodbye to these other ones for a little bit. Okay, we see a min open off 9 bigs, probably continuing queen 10 plus, um, but yeah, just fold this queen 8. So yeah, on the final table, I think I'll be RFIing and open jamming a lot wider, but I also need to fold a bit tighter because people will be playing a tighter range, and also I want to maintain my chip lead or maintain my current position as second, because this allows me in future games um, to play aggressively. Whereas if I'm a middling stack, then I need to be a lot more cautious. I think I can open this. Tempting to jam with the offsuit variety, but it'd be nice to induce some jams from weaker ace-x. Flopping very well, min betting range. The only hands we lose to here are King 2 suited and maybe a few ace-x if he doesn't decide to jam those in pre-flop. Well, we don't lose to those, but yeah, obviously a very good hand there. Ace 2 is the only one we might lose to, but I think he's got quite a lot of fold equity off 10 bigs against my range, so I'd imagine, in theory at least, he should be jamming that in pre-flop. This King 3 of hearts is probably quite marginal if it folded around to us. We would probably still fold though. Okay, we see an all-in and a call. Okay, he does get there. We obviously don't lose a player, but this is quite good for us in a way because we're now chip lead, which means we can put more pressure. Not with Queen 7 off though. Right, all in and a call. A7 against pocket fives. And he holds. I'm not sure about this call, how good it is. Because if he loses that hand, he risks bubbling. And he's never, I don't think he's dominating any part of their range, so I'm not sure what I think about the call there. I think bottom maybe sevens. Still probably fine though. I mean, you should see, yeah, to be fair, he could be jamming pocket pairs under the five and some wheel aces. So pocket fives might be good there. Okay, this aggressive player in the big blind has raised. Seen all in. And a call. Okay, we now need to be very cautious. Again, facing an open from Akagawa or Fish GM, because we're one away from the money, and it's very likely that Juno will bust in the next few hands. So definitely not continuing with Queen 8. It's tempting to put this in the 3-bet range, but obviously against this jam, doing nothing. That's a shame. He doubles up. So if we open a normal button range here against Okagawa, he could probably profitably rejam his entire range. So yeah, we need to be very cautious. Interesting hand here in the Friday main event. It goes check, 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 check. I bet the river big, and he raises. Fold. That's one. Just Right, bubble doesn't seem to want to burst here, which is a bit frustrating. Yeah, min cash is $65. Okay, all in and call. Ace Queen holds, and I think that's the bubble burst. Yeah. So we're now in the money, playing for $350 up top. Okay, I think this is a fine jam from our opponent, but we get there on the river, which is very nice. Yeah, we've seen he's been quite active so far, so he's by no means just jamming ace-x there. So I think with the two broadways, we have to call, especially with some of that bubble pressure having been alleviated. This is sort of near the bottom of our range, so we will just fold. But we can play quite aggressively against Tokugawa as the chip lead. Okay, I think it's the bottom of our range. I think it's fine in chippy V, so it should be fine yeah, with the chip distribution being on our side. But we do face a jam. Alright, this is a pretty good hand. We can 3-bet non-all in here. You can also do this with hands like King 4 off. Alright, ace 5, definitely opening here. I think if this guy was a bit shallower, then we could consider open jamming. It might be good in any case. Yeah, as tempting as it is to just stick it in, I think we'll just choose some suited ace-x instead. Yeah, definitely a competent player here on our left. Okay, we would have 3-bet jammed, facing him in open, but against an open jam we can do nothing. Right, that's a shame. We don't see another bust out, but Okagawa here, a very good player, is now short. Okay, easy open jam. I think he can jam his entire range here against Fish GM. So a bit of a mistake to fold there, I think. Okay, we have a pretty good hand here. This is quite a tough spot, but I think we will have to fold. We don't risk busting, but even so, if we lose this hand, we are quite likely to come fourth, which we don't want. Also been chipping up in this dojo, so once this final table is finished, I'll bring that back into focus. We see another bust out. Okay, I think we will jam this. This is tough. See, we don't really want to get ISO'd, or we don't really want to get ISO jammed because we're pretty even with Fish GM here. And I think again we will jam. do face a call. Ace king. We hit our deuce. And we hold. Alright, heads up. Okay, you can go either way here. On a 4, we'll check. Alright, check raise or check call are both fine here. He bets quite quickly. And to further action, we will fold. We lose to. He's got a lot of higher hearts that he's bluffing as well, so even on a heart, we're not really confident in our hand. Okay, Jack 7 suited. Against limp, we just check back a lot of our suited hands. And we've got quite a nice raise candidate here. We're open-ended. Well, we have a double gut shot and the backdoor diamonds. We might raise a bit weaker here, actually. We do hit the gin card. This is obviously better than the queen because there are fewer combinations of straights on this turn than there are a queen. And again, he bets quite quick. We can maybe turn Jack 8 into a bluff here. Not sure if I'm finding it, but I think we need to raise here. And then jam the river. I think we set up for just under pot sized on the river. Some boats get there. But he does have some 9x, I think. In any case, just jamming our straight here. We do get snap called, and he has the same hand. Okay. Okay, pocket aces. We will min raise off 20. Okay, I think we can go either way here. Roll of 35. I think we prefer to raise a hand like 8-2 off. Here I think we can raise as our worst hand. I think he auto bets a lot. We have king 8, ace 8. And there are not many bluffs really, because I think a lot of the Broadway, like queen jack, jack 10, queen 10, they just like calling there because they're ahead of a lot of his range undercards. So yeah, you have to sort of find some of the lower hands to continue that. I think we can go either way here with our 5x. Quite an aggressive player, so maybe I would have preferred the check back. We have no diamond either. And he continues betting. Yeah, I'll just make a fold here. I don't play many limps, heads up, but I think if there's ever a good hand to limp, it'd be this one. Right, a little bit half pot here. And I think with so many draws and the 9s pairing, reducing the 9x that he has, we can continue betting this one for value. I think we would have heard from a 9x in the form of a check raise as well. And we've got a lot of bluffs here, so I think we can just quite easily bet our 7x for value, especially with queen kicker. Okay, we face quite a big raise here, which I don't think we've seen yet. so it'll be interesting to see what sort of hand he has here. I'd imagine it'd be quite strong, but not nutted exactly. We do flop the pair, middle pair. No sense in raising, isolating us against Jack X, but we'll definitely be calling two. Or will we? We'll see what sort of size he uses. Okay, I think we're good enough to bet the value here. We have a lot of missed draws like Queen 10, 10 9, 10 7. We're taking the chip lead again, which is nice. Alright, Queen Jack. I'll min raise this. Get value from worse Jack X and Queen X. Facing a jam, it'd be quite awkward. But top two is always nice. We're definitely not c-betting range here, but this hand, of course, will be in our betting range. I'd quite like some bluffs from 10-8, etc. But yeah, calling A, he's probably got a spade draw. Oh, Queen 9, okay. It's a bit of an overplay, but he does run a run at chop, which is unfortunate. I was pretty confident there, but hey ho, this is poker. Again, just checking this one back this time. And folding to any action. Right, min raise cooling off. Okay, we will bet this one for value. Equity denial. It's quite awkward against check raise, but I think it's fine to bet. Right, blinds are up as well in a minute and a half. Okay, I think we can go half pot or check here. Check on this roll. Do we turn our hand into a bluff now? I'm not sure. I think we will do so on the river. Yeah, with a high card, I think we can just bluff this one, unless he decides to bet, which he does. Right, I think we can jam this one. I think maybe, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I think isolate or just ISO jam are both fine. Okay, when we've had pocket aces and pocket kings, we've just faced folds, which is unfortunate, but okay, at this stack depth, I think we can start limping some of our very strong hands. Jack 4 suited is quite nice. So, yeah, just limping it. hoping to see a flop, which we do. We have some showdown, so no sense in turning this into a bluff. And we river a 4, which doesn't matter because our 4 doesn't play for the pair here. Facing a bet, I think we can go either way. We can call some Queen X for sure. Ace X is usually jamming pre. I think I will mix this one. I'll call this time. Yeah, and we do it. I think Jack 10 is a call there. Yeah, spice things up a bit. Go for the raise. Oh, I don't like the size actually. Interesting, they snap calls the flop. Okay, we river the flush. Against a bet, we call. Okay, I think we can ISO jam this one. Offsuit King X. I think it's fine, and I don't think he's trapping enough. I think this is a bit tight actually. Okay, pocket threes. Yeah, I'm not sure he's quite defending wide enough, so exploitatively we could maybe just raise a bit more than we should. We can limp a lot of broadways as well here. We can limp some nutted hands. Right, checking this one back. Keeping dominated 9 and Jack X. Okay, again, I think we might have showdown value, and I think we can just check call here. Okay, he bets the river. We block Jack and 9-6 suited, which both limp pre quite a lot. We saw him bluff on check, 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 check before. Do we have many better hands? I'm not sure. I think we will fold this time. Okay, we're back. We're at a slight disadvantage now. I think exploitatively we can jam this one. A bit shallow to play this suited hand, even if it is suited and pretty. Right, king 5 off. Probably good enough to go with. I think it's close. I think we will fold. I don't know if he's jamming wide enough here. Okay, 8-6 suited, we're in. Right, ace-9, we're in. Possibly our last hand, let's hope not. Okay, I quite like this as a min raise. With the suited ace-x, I think we can limp call a jam. Flopping nothing. We can bet for value, or we can check and take our showdown. This time I'll bet for value. And equity denial. Right, turning open-ended. I think we will check. And we hit our ace. I think we're very often good here. And we do have a lot of bluffs in the bet check bet line. And we don't have that many ace-x, so I think I'm just going to bet this one big. Okay, calling a jam here. Yeah, I think this opponent's been a bit weak so far, heads up. I'm not sure if he's jamming appropriately. This is pretty break even, I think. I'll limp. Okay. Betting here. Interesting, we face a jam. I don't think we can do anything but call. Okay, he's slightly ahead. But we do shot. If he's jamming all of his 7x, we have to call because our 9 kicker is decent and he's ISO jamming a lot of stronger 7x. King 8, we're definitely calling here. And we're ahead. Sold. And we take it down. All right. Got your $25 hyper champion here. We ship it for just under $350.